Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 25, where today the 25 ranked South Carolina Gamecocks at 4-3 head to Norman to face the 4-4 Oklahoma Sooners. For the fourth time ever, these teams meet. South Carolina leads the series 2-1. Last time these teams met was 3 years ago, back in 2025. But the Gamecocks obliterated the Sooners 42-14. Oklahoma has not forgot about that one as they're looking to have a good end to the season like South Carolina as we are underway here. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content, as it'll be the Sooners offense led by Little John, the redshirt junior at quarterback. Absolutely love the last name, EA. They start with their own 14. Here's the impact halfback Kentrell Duck, who's quickly brought down by Torrey Perkins, his 30th tackle of the season. 2nd and 10 now. Little John for the first time to the air, and this one's incomplete, knocked away by Deshaun Heap. And quickly Oklahoma faces a 3rd and 10. Looking right side deep, and this one's knocked away by Jeff Rubin. Good job defending the deep ball, guys. You'll love to see it, as that's a 3 and out for the Sooner offense, bringing out the Gamecocks for the first time today, of course, led by Wade Mann in the backfield, and I expect we'll see a lot of him today as they start off in good territory, starting this drive at the 43 of Oklahoma. It's a 12-yard gain for Mann to begin the day. He gets the second play of the game, right side, not as productive, as he only gains one before brought down by the corner, Mekhi Tam. Back to Mann, though, 3 straight carries, and he picks up 3 this time, and now it's a 3rd and 6. Reno goes empty. You can see the crowd is alive here as this one's incomplete, and South Carolina will be forced to try a 45-yard field goal to begin the day. This is Marquise Otogwe, his first season as the kicker, and he drills this one down the middle. An impressive kick by Otogwe, and South Carolina has an early lead 3-0. Second drive here for Oklahoma. It's at midfield as here's Duck, who goes backwards, leveled by the defender. That was Funk who gets in the backfield. Now 2nd and 13, back to Duck, and he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get a first down. However, this one will not count. This is going to be a holding call against the center, Glenn Gunn, the redshirt junior. Will back them up. After a 2nd and 21, it's now 3rd and 10 as Little John goes deep, and this time it's behind the secondary. Rubin gets cooked by one of the fastest players in the country. This is redshirt senior Zion Kearney with his 6th touchdown of the season. Oklahoma now leads 7-3. Second drive here for South Carolina begins with a man run for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9, they go back to Wade Mann with a nice crease on the left side, and he picks up a first down. Good start to his day is now across midfield. They bring a man in motion. Montesoro checks in. He'll get his first carry of the day, and it's a nice 6-yard gain. Out across midfield to the 41. Man right back in the game. Breaks an arm tackle. Another first down. You can see South Carolina just grounding and pounding this game out. At the 35 now of Oklahoma, they show double-A gap blitz. They get out of it. Reno rolls to his right, fires downfield, and he's got a wide-open Ted Martino, who's going to find the end zone for a touchdown. The Jacksonville State transfer with the score. And it's his 8th of the season, 7th, excuse me, as it's now 10-7 in favor of South Carolina to end the first quarter, as both teams responsible for a big play, Martino and Kearney, are the representatives. Second quarter starts 2nd and 8 for Oklahoma at their own 46-yard line. A handoff to Duck, and he's going to be wrapped up quickly. Not a good start for him. Only 4 carries, 7 yards for the impact junior. And now it's a 3rd and 6. Little John to the air left side, and he misfires this time, incomplete. Sooners will punt it away over to South Carolina, who starts this drive as it's 2nd and 8 with a touch pass to Ryder, who gets 6. Now it's a 3rd and 2. They trust Mann on the ground, but he will not get there. Stuffed shy. There's also a holding call on Roundtree, but it doesn't matter as this drive has come to an end. So Oklahoma back to the football. Their own 38 here. They go play fake on first down. Little John's eyes down the field. He just dumps it to the sidelines. A late flag. Oh, it's going to be a holding call. I was scared for a second. I thought that would be a roughing the passer. Instead, it's going to be a right guard, Manuel Cummings, who's getting the start today in favor of injured Wandy McKenzie. 2nd and 14 now, and this one is going to be a sack brought down by Greg Bodden as Little John gets sacked for the first time today, and now they face a 3rd and quarter of the field. Just trying to set up a screen for Duck, get him in open space, and he's going to be tackled well shy of the marker. That's going to be another punt. Defense is settling in here in the second quarter. As here's another drive for South Carolina. It's a quick pass to Paquette. And out cross midfield. Reno 5 for 8 today. And very quiet, but has done what he needed to do. It helps when you got this man in the backfield as Wade Mann rips off another first down. 12 carries, 78 yards for him. And the crowd's going quiet here in Norman. So South Carolina fires with a play fake, and they got Paquette downfield. It's a gain of 23 for the tight end. Usually don't see that out of him. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 10, essentially goal to go. As Reno fires short, has Carl Saban, the Wake Forest transfer, for a gain of 7. 2nd and goal. They give it to Mann left side, and he's not going to get there. Stuffed 2 yards shy. Now a big 3rd down. Montesoro gets the carry, and he's going to vulture a touchdown. South Carolina extends their lead. Now up 17-7 your score. As we head to the 2-minute warning, Oklahoma with the football in plus territory, but face a 3rd and 5. Little John to throw, has a man open in the sideline. That's going to be caught. It's Kearney, 4 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown for him today. Now out to the 20. Little John looks across the middle, takes a big hit and incomplete. Bryce Reeves knocks it away from carry-on. Sets up 2nd and 10. This one caught for a gain of 2, and now it's a 3rd and 8. Oklahoma hurries, and they go no huddle, and this one's going to be a sack brought down by Abena Nwuka. That'll set up the 42-yard try for Matt Griggs, who's a perfect 10 for 10 now on the season. And that'll bring it into the first half. A pretty quick game here. As South Carolina leads 17-10 going into the intermission. It's been all one-sided for Oklahoma. They passed the ball really well. The run game has been all non-existent today. All the more balanced effort from South Carolina, but both defenses looking a little shaky here. It will be South Carolina starting off with the football, taking this lead into the second half, and they begin on the ground with the Wade Mann run, who picks up 9. 14 carries, 88 yards for the redshirt sophomore. As he gets the next play as well, and he will not get it. Good stonewall defense by Oklahoma. 3rd and inches, trying for a 3rd time, might as well, and Mann does pick up the first down as he gets out to the 36. Checks out here on this first down play, and they go play fake as Reno gets outside the pocket and tries to dump it, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, now 2nd and 10, sets up a screen for Mann out in space. Doesn't get any blocks from Zen DeMella, not sure where he's going. As Mann picks up 3 on his 2nd catch of the day, makes it now 3rd and 7. They bring Allgaier closer into the formation. It's a screen left side, and Mann will have the first down. But there is a flag down, and this play will not stand. It's going to be a holding on left tackle Ari Bighill, making his 2nd start of the season. He's got another holding call here. So instead of a first, it's 3rd and 17, and Reno gets drilled around the edge. Incomplete. South Carolina punts. First drive here for Oklahoma in the second half as they start at their own 42 in pretty solid field position. They start off going backwards. The Purdue transfer, Quinton Ford, with a tackle for a loss. 2nd and 11, Little John looks across the middle, and there's a big hit laid, but caught anyway. Perkins lays the boom, but the receiver holds on as it makes it 3rd and inches, and then Kentrell Duck will move the chains, or will he? It's coming back. It's a holding call on freshman Cortez Stuber, the 5-star from Oklahoma City, is the culprit. So instead of a first down for Oklahoma, it's a 3rd and 10 for them, as the Sooners will throw this one deep, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Rubin, who doesn't get beat on this one. Instead, makes the play. And South Carolina gets a big turnover here as they take the football at their own 44. They move it to the other side of the field, to the other 44, as they go with a first down play here to Amari Allgaier, who picks up 5 on the receiver screen. 2nd and 5 now. Reno in the gun as he hands it off to Mann, and he's going to get stopped after a gain of 2. Makes it now 3rd and 3. Crowd roaring here as Reno goes with an RPO, and he gets intercepted. There is no reason. Why'd you throw that football? I don't know why I threw that football. That was covered the whole way. That was a dumb play on my part. Nonetheless, picked off by Shaquem Hayes, his 6th interception of the season. That ties the lead in the SEC. And Oklahoma with good field position off the turnover goes 2nd and 7, and they will score a touchdown, ironically on a bubble screen. Just kind of adds insult to injury. And a couple of plays, and this game is now tied at 17 apiece. So Dante Reno now fresh off of the 11th interception of the season, gets the next drive, and it goes nowhere. South Carolina goes 3 and out, and you can tell the momentum has swung in favor of the Sooners. 1st and 10 from the Gamecocks 45 is a keeper for John as he picks up 3. Now 2nd and 7. Duck in the backfield is smothered. Bryce Reeves gets into that backfield and makes it now 3rd and 10. As Little John goes back to the air, has all day to throw, dumps it for a coming back Kearney, and that's going to be a punt for the Sooners. As they will punt it away, 4th and 6. Mazio Bennett, who has a couple of returns for a touchdown this season, is back, and this is a great punt by Amir Cameron, and he'll pin the Gamecocks down at the 4. What a punt for the senior. They start off by giving it to Mann, who goes nowhere on 1st down as they just try to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Now 3rd and 6. You just don't want to take a safety here. Reno quickly gets rid of the football, and that will be a very quick 3-and-out drive for the Gamecocks. As Oklahoma will again get the football with good field position. At the 40 of South Carolina, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Sonny Gallen this time. The 2nd interception of the quarter for Little John. He threw it into heavy traffic. And the Gamecocks come back with the football. 2nd and 1 now. Reno throws this one deep, and it's Martino behind the defense, and he will go 54 yards to the house. 2nd touchdown of the day for Ted Martino, and the Gamecocks back out in front as we go into the final quarter of play. 24-17 your score. We'll see if South Carolina can hold on to the victory, currently in the last spot in the rankings. Not sure how we keep getting ranked, but we got to make the most of these opportunities. We got to close this one out. Start the 4th quarter, 2nd and 8 here for Oklahoma as they go play fake. John rolls to his left. He wants to tuck in now and breaks a tackle of a free rusher. Not sure how Perkins doesn't bring him down there. You got to sack the quarterback in that situation. Said it's a 1st down. Now a gain of 1 on the next play. Makes it 2nd and 9. And they're going to get a man to jump. Greg Bodden falls for the hard count. It's the 3rd time in 2 games we've fallen victim to a hard count as we just keep giving them free yards. So instead of 2nd and 9, it'll be 2nd and 4, bunched to the right. As Little John hands it off to Duck, and he will somehow get a 1st down out of that run. He's got 8 carries, 16 yards today. He's been bottled up for the most part. Out to the 30 now, gets his 9th carry. This is a good one as he gets outside his best run of the day as he will pick up 12 yards. Then put the Sooners inside the red zone. Empty here on 1st down. Little John to throw quickly across the middle. It's caught by Alex Centero, the tight end, for a gain of 7. It's now Little John up to 253 yards passing. 2nd and 3. They hand it off to Duck left side, and he's not going to get a 1st, 3rd and inches. A big play here for the Oklahoma Sooners. Gamecocks, they don't like the setup. They're going to call a timeout, try to get reset on defense. And during the timeout, Oklahoma will actually challenge the spot, and they get the 1st down. I don't think Duck was close to a 1st down. So unfortunately, our timeout kind of costs us. But on the next play, it's going to be a touchdown anyway to Alex Centeno, who gets his 4th touchdown of the season. And Oklahoma will tie this back up at 24 apiece. Back to the Gamecocks on offense here. 2nd and 4, short for Baquette as this one's caught, but no gain. And now a big 3rd down for South Carolina. What will they decide to do? They're going to throw forward here. Reno hit as he throws. Man doesn't turn around in time. And just discombobulation results in a punt. Back to Oklahoma with a chance to take the lead now as they get 7 on the first bubble screen. That's Zach Kearney, who's had a very busy day. 2nd and 3, a direct snap to Duck, who gets the 1st down. If you can't hand it off to him, why not let him do it himself? 12 carries, 38 yards for the Impact Junior. Now to the 41, back to him again, and he's again going to be stuffed for only a gain of 2. Been very impressed in the run defense today. I just need to see the pass game follow suit. Is on 2nd and 8, a wide open release for Ivan Carrion. Gets close to the marker, but on 3rd and 2, not going to get there as Kentrell Duck, and that'll set up the Sooners for a 52-yard field goal from right hash. This is not easy, but Griggs is now 10 for 10 on the season. And the senior kicker from right hash drills it right down the middle. And for the first time since the 1st quarter, the Oklahoma Sooners have a lead, 27-24, with 6.5 to play. 1st down carry for Mann, and it's not going to count. Already a holding call on the offense. This has become a trend here for the Gamecocks. Slow in the second halves. It's because of mistakes like that. 1st and 20 now. Mann gets about all that yardage back, though, with a gain of 11 up the middle. But now it's 3rd and 8. Reno goes to throw for it. Right side has a wide open Baquette, but he misses the throw. Leads him a little too far, and that's another big Reno miss in a high-pressure situation. As we get the football right back to Oklahoma, down by 3 inside 5 minutes. We need a stop here. Fortunately, they get 7 on first down, and then on 2nd and 3, they get the first on the swing pass. And Oklahoma has entered field goal range. It's the 4th catch for the freshman Quandre Henney. 1st and 10 for the 30. This one's incomplete. Tried to fight Centeno, but this time Little John with the miss. 2nd and 10 now. They motion out the back. Little John, though, keeps his eyes downfield. He's got Kearney, and he's going to beat Rubin for a touchdown. Jeff Rubin again gets beat. It has not been a good season for him. And Kearney has his 2nd touchdown of the day as we're now down by 10 at the 2-minute warning. Driving here, though, on 2nd and 10. Reno looks right side, and he's intercepted again. Shaquem Hayes with his 2nd of the day. Allgaier ran the wrong route, and it ends up in a pick. And that's going to do it for this one. This one ends in a whimper. The Oklahoma Sooners win it 34-24 off the back of a 17-point fourth quarter. And South Carolina chokes another one as they fall to 4-4, 2-3 in the SEC. What a disappointment this season has been for the Gamecocks, man. We had aspirations going into this year of a potential college football playoff berth. And then we play games like this, man. Reno, again, didn't look good today. I know that's going to be the talk of the comments section. But, I mean, the defense, in my opinion, is the bigger story. Our defense last year was really good, one of the top defenses in the conference. And we didn't lose a ton of players, especially in the secondary. We didn't lose anybody. And this secondary has gotten significantly worse. We've gotten burnt way too many times deep. Players can't cover, and we lose the game because of it. We do get a recruit commit this week, though. Earl Abbott, the 4-star guard from West Charlotte High School, will commit to the team. So that's a good little plus. We get some more depth on the offensive line that will be replacing Josiah Thompson amongst others this season, as he's a very good power blocker. Now, fortunately, it's not all good news. You can see Kawambina Akindele will commit to Miami. The Florida native will stay in state to the Hurricanes. That was always going to be a tough battle. It's hard winning players in Florida away from teams like Miami, as they get another one in safety, Darren Calloway. And we also lose out on the legend safety, Legend Ohalete. Will stay in North Carolina and go to Duke. So we go 1 for 4 in recruiting this week. Here are your top stories around the country. Washington wins against Michigan. That's some sweet revenge from the national championship 6 years ago. Utah and UCF's a big game this week. And Duke gets it done against Georgia Tech, as the Blue Devils look to show that they are legit. We see Georgia beat Ole Miss this week as well to stay at number 1. As here's the scores around the rest of the country. In a big Conference USA matchup on Tuesday, Western Kentucky is victorious over Kennesaw State. Florida stays winless. They lose to Texas this week, and we saw Washington beat Michigan. Auburn gets back in the win column by beating Missouri, who have been in free-fall mode since the start of SEC play. Coastal gets a win for the state of South Carolina. Southern Miss wins by 2 over Louisiana Monroe. Georgia, we saw beat Ole Miss. We'll see the Rebels this week. Memphis finally goes down in the AAC. They lose to UTSA 31-13. I was wrong about App State this year. They lose again in conference, this time to Marshall. Rutgers puts up 42 on Illinois as a big win for the Scarlet Knights, who desperately needed it. Colorado enters the rankings with the victory of Oklahoma State, and Arkansas State stays undefeated as they beat Texas State. Syracuse drops to Louisville this week 14-10, and Maryland gets another big home win against Northwestern. Don't sleep on the Terps. Toledo goes down in the MAC to Ball State, so maybe the Rockets weren't for real. And then in an Army score, they lose this week 13-6. Tennessee with a big win against their rivals in Kentucky to help righten that ship. Sam Houston over Louisiana Tech in the Conference USA. Texas Tech finally gets back in the win column as they beat the Sun Devils 17-11. NC State up to number 6 now with a victory over SMU. Bowling Green tops Liberty. North Carolina over Boston College to move to 7-1. Penn State up to number 2 now as they beat the Hawkeyes. And we see Buffalo get a nice road victory in the MAC over Central Michigan. Kansas State knocks off BYU in Utah, and then the Utes win against Arizona, this time putting up 41. FIU over New Mexico State in the Conference USA. Michigan State knocks off Minnesota. In a battle of now 3 and 5 teams. Akron finally gets back in the win column after being blown out for a couple of weeks. They beat Ohio. Notre Dame knocks off Navy pretty easily. San Jose State hands Northern Illinois their first Mountain West loss in history. And then Cincinnati beats their rivals in UCF. Big upset win for the Bearcats. TCU puts up 47 against Houston. Western Michigan knocks off UConn this week. It's not been a good year for the Huskies. Louisiana over Troy in the Sun Belt. Kansas continues to climb the ranks. They're now up to number 10 as they beat Iowa State. The other Gamecocks in Jacksonville State get the win this week over Middle Tennessee State. Colorado State over Washington State, 21-15. We saw Duke's win. Miami puts up 52 on their rivals in Florida State. A huge win for the Hurricanes. 99 total points in that game, though. Virginia Tech knocks off Pittsburgh. Oregon State stays undefeated as they beat Utah State. Cal puts up 56 on Wake Forest this week. Yikes. Mississippi State doubles up Texas A&M in the SEC, and then North Texas bounces back with a win against Tulane in the American Conference. Bama escapes Vanderbilt this week, 24-20. Tulsa with a victory over FAU in conference. Arkansas up to number 4 now and undefeated. They win the rivalry matchup against LSU. Nebraska continues their hot streak as they beat Wisconsin. Clemson finally gets back in the win column over Virginia. Baylor puts up 56 on West Virginia. Indiana routs UCLA this week. Purdue over USC. Not a good week for Los Angeles schools. And then UTEP over UNLV. Here are your players of the week. Rodney Hill had 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 for South Florida, while Jabu O'Keefe had 10 for 296 and 3 touchdowns for Jacksonville State. In the SEC, it was Philip Zavala and Rashawn Wade who get the honors. Here is your first college football playoff rankings. We are nowhere near these rankings thanks to our loss, and it's pretty interesting. There's still a handful of undefeated teams. There's a couple of big-time matchups for conference winners. You got to be respectful of these group of 5 teams. 3 of them are undefeated at 8-0 in Arkansas State, Oregon State, and Western Kentucky, and they all could cause some problems late. In the big games this week, number 2, Penn State plays host to Indiana, who venture the rankings. Virginia Tech hosts number 3, Notre Dame. Purdue will host a mad 14-ranked Michigan squad. In the big game of the Big 12, we saw UCF versus Utah. This week, we finally return home to Williams-Brice to play host to another 4-4 team, the Ole Miss Rebels. And this game is a little scary for me. The Ole Miss record does not really show the whole story. They have arguably, if not the best quarterback in the conference in Kevin Awosika. And with the way our pass defense has played in the past month, that does not spell good news for this team. We can't seem to defend against the pass. And now we got to play the best quarterback in the SEC. So that is not a good matchup. Hopefully we can get something going and beat the Rebels. I would hate to fall under 500 as we look to get on to the last third of the season. I apologize again that this has not been the season that we wanted, but sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.